to start off, who in your own words is Jonathan Aslay? And am I saying that right?
No, you said it perfectly. So thank you so much. Who am I from an existential point, or I mean, from the way I'm a soul here having a human experience. I'm a spirit having a human experience.
Okay. Jonathan, what do you do for a living?
So professionally, I'm a dating and relationship coach. Now, predominantly helping women understand men, mostly in midlife, which I say midlife is after baby making years and before retirement. But if I really got even more granular here, I recognize that dating and relationships trigger the number one emotional health issue most human beings are faced with. That is, I'm not good enough. I'm not lovable. I'm not likable. And dating and relationships trigger this stuff like nobody's business. So really, I'm more of an empowerment coach, encouraging people to work on themselves from a personal development, self-help, spiritual therapy perspective so they can navigate the dating marketplace with a lot more confidence.
It's actually really interesting to me because when I was getting ready for the show, I started going through your website and looking at some of your YouTube videos and stuff. It's like, oh my goodness, like you have made a living. The whole thing that got me started in what I do is I was helping translate women I know's boyfriends and husbands for them. Like I'd listen to them around my dinner table complaining about, oh, he did this or he did that. It's like, do you understand what he's actually saying though? Do you know what that actually means? And I was looking through your videos. I was like, oh, dude, okay, you totally took that route, and there is a desperate need. So I'm going to be recommending your website to some ladies I know to help them understand their men because I don't want to answer those questions anymore. But Jonathan, I think we're gonna have. I love having dating coaches on
Okay.
because this is not an area, right? I've been married for 24 years. We just celebrated our
Okay.
anniversary,
Congratulations.
and I've been with my wife. Thank you, for 27 years. And I don't like. I have friends and I have audience and listeners that are dating, and is like I can't really help them. So I think you're going to help us a lot today. Now, guys, we're going to get to know Jonathan just a little bit, see what makes him tick, and then we're going to dive into middle-aged men dating and what that looks like in a whole nother world. Because Jonathan's going to be able to help you a whole lot more than I can. Jonathan, are you ready for the speed round of nonsensical questions?
Yeah, but I have one real quick question to ask. Am I allowed to use expletives in any part of our conversation?
Yes.
Okay. And just so you know, while I do work with women, men now reach out to me more than ever before. So I just wanted to emphasize I didn't say that earlier. So
No worries. I already figured that out. That's why we're here today. So we're
okay, good, good, good.
now, Jonathan, what is the weirdest thing you've ever eaten?
I have no idea. The weirdest thing I've ever eaten, I guess cow brain once when I was a child. My mother gave it to me.
Sweetbreads. Yeah. What's the funniest, craziest slash craziest thing you've ever done?
I went streaking back when I was 13 years old or 14 years old, something like that.
Oh, the things we do when we're young, right?
Oh, I have one even worse than that.
Yeah.
Oh, I snuck into so where I lived, there used to be a place called Marineland, which is like SeaWorld. And my buddies and I would sneak into it at like 1 a.m. and we would play with the seals and the dolphins and the sharks and the killer whales. I mean, one of my friends even got on and rode he rode a killer whale. I mean, we were hammered too. So that would be probably the craziest thing I've ever done.
Wow, the stories get better as you go.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, now what did you do when you got older? Because that's a great place to build from if you're already on a good start. If
Is that a question?
no, no, no,
Okay.
I won't make you keep digging.
Yeah, I don't think I could top those.
We try not to throw too many embarrassing stories out in one
Okay.
episode. You know,
Okay.
if you could invite three people to dinner, living or dead, who would they be?
I would definitely invite my son who passed away 6 years ago. I'd be curious to meet Jesus and who else? Probably some philosopher like, Socrates or something like that.
Okay. Batman or Superman?
Oh man, I love Superman.
Okay. Every guy's got an opinion. Like
Yeah.
I have found next to like dad type conversations, because every dad can talk about being a dad. Every
Yeah.
guy has an opinion on Batman or Superman. It's amazing.
I mean, I like them both. You're giving me a toss up question, but Superman actually has superpowers, and Batman's superpower is he's super rich. So and smart too.
What is the most useless invention of all time?
God, the Floby. I don't know.
Fair, fair.
Does anyone know? Do you even know what that is, Brent?
I do. It's been a long time since I heard anybody actually talk about that.
Yeah. And by the way, did you use it for your haircut?
No, I did not. I have my own head shaver that I actually have done a review on. I'm very fond of. Freedom Grooming makes it. Uh, no, I managed to not have to suffer through a Floby. My mom cut my hair pretty well when I was a kid. So, what is the worst song in history?
Oh, you know what? Happy birthday. It needs to be better. There's a
You
better
you
version out there.
you would think it would have evolved after all this time. It's been
Yeah,
around a long time.
exactly.
Go-to weapon for the zombie apocalypse.
I don't know. I don't know. Laser beams. I don't know. I,
Hey, the good thing is there's not a wrong answer during this part of the show. Like, so no sweat. People get a little like, oh, you're putting me on the spot.
I'm a boomer, dude. I mean, you got to cut me some slack. I mean, I'm doing. I think I do better than most my age. So
Hey, I think you're doing great. So, like I said, there's not a wrong answer. That's what gets most people with this segment of the show is they're like, no, really, there is no wrong answer. This is just, how you perceive life and how you walk through life and a little bit
yeah,
just, like I said, guys listening, every guy has an opinion on Batman and Superman. Now,
yeah,
you might have lost all the Batman fans during that piece.
yeah.
I
Actually,
always half of them.
I love the complexity of Batman's backstory. I love it. I mean, but and not that Clark Kent didn't have his own or Corral or Kal-El, excuse me, but I mean, I think it'd be cool to fly. Come on.
Right. There is that. That's
Yeah.
I'm always been a Batman guy, but being able to fly, it's definitely pretty high up there on that list of
Yeah. I
powers,
mean,
right? So that's absolutely fair. Jonathan, before we actually get serious, what is something that everybody should know about you before we dig in today?
what they should know? You know what? I can't stand condiments. I hate ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise, and relish. They gross me out like nobody's business. When I'm at a coffee shop and it's at the table, I ask the waiter or waitress to please remove it. Should you know that about me? I don't know, but I'm telling you something weird about me.
You know what? That makes you absolutely human. It's
Yeah.
everybody has those interesting things, right? Like I found out the hard way I can't eat rye bread and I can't eat peas either. Who knew? Right? We all have those interesting little quirks about us that make us us and shape
Yeah.
kind of how we get through life.